Backsliding man. My name's Chris.
My name's David.
And we've got the one, the only future director, future actor, Mr. Big Man Sam AT. Hey, so introduce yourself, like your name, course you do, and favorite verse.
So my name is Sam AT. I study business management with marketing. I'm a student. I do short films and start doing that. And my favourite verse, it's actually quite a sticky one. I'll say my favourite verse is James 4:8. Draw close to God and He will draw close to you. That's my favourite verse.
Lovely. So, in this video, we're going to be having a bit of a discussion, talking about the struggles people face, especially young people, to do with porn, masturbation, and that whole bubble. I guess so. It's an open, honest conversation. Let's get right into it. Obviously, you released a short film talking about your struggles to do pornography. Obviously, comes out with masturbation as well. And so, the first question we really had was when did it start? Does that make sense? So, when did you start getting into that kind of world?
In terms of porn?
Yeah.
For me, it started when I was 13. So obviously, you know how man there be you were just wild. You get what I'm trying to say at that age. So obviously, must have just been on a bus with my friend, just man of my own business, we're just laughing, cracking. He's like, oh yeah, come watch this, come on. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, I was like, what is this here? What is this? So obviously, I'm looking at this guy, what? You! Do you know what I mean? I'm thinking where did you get this from? You just get on your phone like that? He's like, yeah, you just get on your phone, you watch it here. I was thinking, oh man. But obviously inside of me, I just I shouldn't be watching this.
Yeah.
I kind of knew what it was in it, but I was like, I shouldn't be watching this. But it was just kind of there was something just drew me to it. I was like, let me just see.
Is that the first time you've been exposed to something like a scenic sexual?
Probably I did when I was younger, but for me it was a thing where it would be I would have seen it, but now it's a thing where now I have access to it. Do you get it?
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know them ones where bro you're trying to go to Sky Sports back in the days.
Accidentally.
Get this away from me, but it was a thing where now when I realised, oh my gosh, I have access to this, I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, this is not So the next question I have for you is when did it start becoming you realised that this is becoming a problem, this is a bad thing, yeah.
So literally, that year when I turned 13, I went to some youth camp. I was just feeling I was just, you know what I mean? I was just having that time with God, that encounter with God, yeah. And I was like, nah, Jesus Christ is real. I was like, nah, from now I'm gonna be on it. Do you know what I mean? I'm gonna be on God now. But then I remember when I was getting baptized, I remember them telling me, they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna not have to watch porn. I was like, what?
You did them terms and conditions.
I was trying to my guy, nah, them men are bullying it. I'm actually not doing it. I'm actually not doing it properly, so it's calm. So obviously I got baptized and everything, and I thought everything was calm, everything was good. But then it was literally the next week after that, that's when it started to get worse. It started to just get so a weekly thing. Not even a weekly thing, it come days where man just couldn't watch it. I'd be like, we've had 3 days off. It was something like that. It's we have 3 days off. You might as well just watch it now.
Yeah.
School today was
stressful. That's a release of stress.
There's release some stress. You know what I mean? It was like that. So it just started to become like a medicine for me. When I was just you do this, when you're feeling like this, you do this, you take you watch porn, it just started to become really, 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 really bad. So yeah.
I feel something I noticed from what you said just now with the story that when you were getting baptized, they said don't do this, but there was no so arm around saying that you don't do this, but why are you not doing this one? You can't tell me to not do something and not tell me why I'm not doing this. And then look, how if it is a problem for me, how am I gonna?
It's like giving me a toy without the manual.
Yeah, basically, yeah, 110%.
But even like, I guess with that specifically, it's something that happens a lot in terms of, you know, when you go out for like altar calls or whatever, and you know you're getting that heavy prayer, and this chain is broken, blah blah blah, and you know, I feel like a lot of the time people go up to these things expecting that to be the end of where we're struggling they're going, especially with lust, masturbation, pornography. I've gone up for hella. You know the ones where they're like, oh, like if you have a secret struggle, like, they're not saying it, but they're saying it. I know what it is. I just go in here, and like I remember, like obviously they will pray for me, and I feel great. Like the hours after, I feel great. Maybe the next day, I feel great, and then another day comes, I have a stressful day, like I said, and then it's like, so it's the kind of thing where like we need to realize, and I guess it's something that even more recently that I realized that the kind of breaking of those habits, it doesn't end at the altar. It starts. That's where it starts. But yeah, that leads me on to like the next question I was going to ask in terms of like the things to do with kind of when you realize it was a problem. How did you go about like dealing with it?
You know what it is for me? It took a long time. So I remember like it literally started from like 14 when I was like, okay, let's actually try about this. Do you know what I mean? But my thing was I wasn't banning it properly because I still kind of secretly wanted to do it. But it was a thing where it was like I know that I shouldn't, but I want to do it. So it was like a fight between me in terms of like how can I break this? So I'm not even gonna lie, it took me till like 21. I'm 21 now to actually be like, hey, yo, Sam, pattern up. Because like I said before, it became a proper regular thing. But then for me, it became like a monthly thing. Like, okay, man's not sleeping and stuff like that. Right. Oh, I need to get to sleep, man. We got a lecture at 9 a.m. This is the only thing that I know that's gonna let me go to sleep. Do you know what I mean? Even though I know I don't want to do this, this is the only thing that's gonna make me go to sleep. I'm gonna like bring me at peace. So I'm gonna do that. Do you know what I mean? So it's a thing where like when I actually was like, okay, Sam, like, we need to take this seriously. The first thing I had to do was like actually open up to people and be like yo, I'm actually struggling here. Like to my guys, and so even when I opened up to my guys about this year, I was surprised because they were like, yeah, we struggle with this. I was like, whoa. I was the only one that like, yeah, I'm struggling with this. You know, some people like, oh, I'm going through the same thing. Like, I was like, oh, mad. Like, man's not the only person that's like struggling with this. So it's like, when I obviously opened up to them, they kept me accountable. Like, shout out to Samson, shout out to Leon, shout out to Kez, like, these men on me, like, hey, boy, good, sure? You know what I mean? They would tell them, like, yo, bro, are you actually taking this seriously? You're recommending some apps to me, recommending videos to me. Do you know what I mean? Actually even telling me about their stories and stuff like that, which was like, it was just like, for me, it was just like freeing.
Yeah.
I think that one thing that, like you said at the start of that, like the fact that it takes time. I think personally that's something that like I've really, really battled with, like, because especially when it started when I was younger, and you know it's been going on for years, like all the way up until uni. It's like I know that I shouldn't be doing this, and I feel like obviously like I want to serve God with all my heart, and this is something that I'm proper struggling with, and so it almost feels like maybe I don't love God enough, and like it feels like because you know I've made that rededication to Him, like it should be like kind of automatic that all things have passed away, they're just gone. So it was in my head like the fact that this is taking so long, like I'm not serious, like all these things that kind of trying to tell myself, I guess, like, yeah, you're not doing this right, and just, you know, like you're finished basically. And like I guess I realize now, especially from what you're saying, like it takes time, and it's not a thing where because it's taking time that makes you less of a Christian or let you love God less, but it genuinely does take time to, especially like you were saying about how you had to like actually tell yourself that now I'm panning up.
Yeah.
Walk with God.
Yeah.
Seriously, not just say that you're actually doing it, and have those accountability partners. That's something that, you know, in that journey of getting through that really helps.
I think it's that mindset where it switches from you know you're free.
Yeah.
Because when you get to the altar and that chain is broken, you have to, there needs to be a switch in your mind telling you, I'm free.
Yes.
This thing can't hold me back
Yes.
anymore. And I think a lot of us, say for example, we've gone up for altar call, we've been prayed for, cool, we've been prayed for, we feel good in the moment. But we don't now start walking in the freedom on which, you know, that's been prayed over us, that Jesus has exercised his hand over. And I feel like that's the biggest thing. Like once you realize, well, hold on, I'm not a slave to anything.
Yeah.
I have the power. The Holy Spirit is within me. I have the power to conquer anything. Then that's when you start realizing I can battle this. So yeah, you talked about how you had your friends that were a support system for you when you were dealing with the struggle. Were there any other tools you had that, you know, helps you now? Like, say for example, you feel like you're going to slip back into doing that. And even if you have done it, like, are there any tools that you know are available or people can be made available to, like, aside from their friends, that will help them in this like habitual fight with this struggle? Yeah.
Do you know what it is like? The tools that kind of helped man was like, obviously, you know, like stuff like YouTube vids and stuff like that. But my thing was also like journaling.
Okay.
So like, if man's feeling a certain type of way, I kind of have to train my mind. Hey, write down what you're feeling on paper. If you're really funny like that, write it on paper. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are you actually feeling? And for me, it became like, because even someone was praying for me. They said, "Oh, you need to start journaling like some time back." In it. So obviously, when I started journaling, like when I'll be journaling, it'll be like me connecting with God. So I feel like I'll be releasing myself to God. So I literally like, God, like literally, now I'm feeling it in the system. Do you know what I mean? Like you have to come and help me here. And because I wrote it down on paper, I feel like I'd released it. Do you know what I mean? I released that kind of like feeling upon me. So yeah, that's another tool. Prayer is therefore like prayer is therefore like something that you need to do in terms of like tools to help yourself with it. And there's an app in it. I'm due to download this in it, but like one of my guys, he recommended it to me. This is how he like kind of thought it, and it's like Covenant Eyes. If you guys have heard of that. Yeah, what other tools? Obviously reading the word and stuff like that. Reading your word, and one thing that I was watching a video by El Blackman, and he was even just saying that like he reads like Romans 6 and Romans 8 when he would start having like a feeling like lust upon him, and he would like he would read it like repetitively. So obviously I started to do that, and it's like it's mad because when you start to read over that all the time, it kind of just keeps on reminding you that okay, like, I'm not a slave to sin, like literally like I'm not a slave to porn, all these kind of things. Like, I don't need to give into sexual sin, and it's like because of that, like your mind just starts to kind of like renew because you just keep on just filling yourself with the word all the time. Even if you're feeling it, you're just like, nah, I'm not a slave to sin, I'm trying to go all these kind of things. And yeah, that's a couple of tools that I would say.
Essentially, surrounding the fact that, you know, when in going through this stuff, it's so easy because of the shame and the guilt to feel like, yeah, just let me struggle my struggle and kind of forget that God already knows what you're feeling. Like He knows exactly the feelings that you're feeling before you even journal them. He knows, and you know, like you were saying, when you write it down and you have that kind of confidence to speak to Him about how you're feeling, you felt like you released everything onto the paper, and like I feel like that's the kind of thing that I guess personally as well, something that I learned that kind of helped me in my journey in getting over this struggle, like actually speaking to and not feeling like, you know, I'm too like all that guilt and that shame, not feeling like it's too much for me to come and speak to God about how I'm feeling. Like there have been times I've been in my room and just sat down and told God, like, I know this is, you tell me my thoughts should be noble, should be pure, etc., but bro, what I'm thinking right now is not pure. It's none of them things. It's none of them things. But in that relationship and that conversation I'm having with him, it's like he can kind of make, obviously, what's the word? Like it's like me going to speak to any of my friends and then like kind of taking my mind off that and that getting into that kind of notion of actually speaking to God and not hiding away from him was I feel like that was very important as well.
I feel like what's important to remember is that the desires you have, like we said in previous videos, like in our Love versus Lust videos, is that the desires you have are natural. The desires you have in those moments, maybe when it starts at a young age or going through puberty, those are natural desires. But what we're taught through faith is that we need to submit all our desires through Christ. So obviously, as David said, you said that once you're in those kind of feelings, you journal. David starts to pray. Even myself, I pray, I speak to somebody. Those desires are natural. That's cool. Don't be ashamed of the desire, but realize that the desires, you need to submit them to God. So cool, God, I have these desires. What do I need to do? You sing, I sing to you. I give you worship. Is it right? I write to you. It's that kind of shift. Because if you start thinking your desires are bad, then you're gonna feel like, even if I have this thought, the thoughts itself, I'm rubbish, I'm trash, I'm not even worthy to be singing or talking to you. So it's sort of like submitting or channeling that desire through Christ or under Christ. That's what will, I think, help with the battle and the struggle.
So it's a thing where you gotta understand that Christ is there. Like I kind of see like a door in it. Like Christ is there to give you like
the escape.
He's there to give you the escape. Like, but you just in that moment have to just accept, okay, the escape route is right here. So let me take it. That's what I kind of had to even understand. Like even when I was battling this, it was more like a thing where I had to be ASAP. Like, are we actually doing? Can we actually say to ourselves that we're doing all that we can possibly do to even get ourselves out of this situation? And even when we're feeling this, are we accepting the key that Christ has given me? Do you know what I mean? And I actually analyze myself. Like, no. And even when you analyze yourself, you can kind of say, okay, so why? Like, why do you do this? Why do you do that? And some of it can be some deep internal things, but that's what we got. But we've got to deal with those deep internal things in order to understand that, okay, like, calm, like, let's just take this route that God has given us. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that's what I was saying.
The one I wanted to ask first was, did you feel like you received, like, say, okay, you were a leader at one point, or you still are a leader, to be fair. Do you feel like there's been any like judgment or negative like reactions to you coming and saying that, oh, I've struggled with this, or this is something that I go through? Like, do you feel like there's not been support, basically? Because obviously your boys have been supported, but do you ever feel like there's not been support in that kind of like, oh, you're a Christian or you're a leader, you shouldn't be doing this?
Do you know what it is? For me, the support was there, but I just didn't want to accept it. And I thought that's what a lot of like leaders go through. But for me personally, I'm lucky about the people that I have at Trentside, the people that I have at GVC, to be supportive like that. Do you get me? So it was a thing where like even when I actually started to say, hey, listen, like I struggle, when there was people I could go to, like I'll give special thanks to like Minister Derek as well. Like he was someone that I came out to about it, and he helped me out, proper helped me out. Do you know what I mean? He probably gave me some wisdom, prayed for me. Do you know what I mean? He's someone that I could like keep accountable about my situation. So I was lucky, but at a stage I felt like, oh fam, if I come out with this year, it's peak. Like I was thinking, hey, I could get taken off the team. Like I was thinking people could think that I'm just a waste man. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, this guy's not even on me. You get me? He's better preaching, but he's doing now. Get him off. Do you know what I mean? So, I felt like a lot of pressure. Even the enemy would just kind of be like, yeah, oh, you're a leader, but you're struggling with this. Oh, you're not a true leader. You're not a true servant of God. All this kind of stuff. Like, and even because I was just like, I kind of even just let that control me. I was like, yeah, man. At that time, I was like, yeah, man. Like, maybe I shouldn't even be a leader. But I even remember like actually talking to like one of the execs in like first year about it. And I was like, I don't think I can be a leader. Because he was like, why? He's like, oh, I'm struggling. This guy started laughing in my face. I was like, what do you mean? Like, he's like, what do you mean? Shout out to the tender, man. I love you, man. like he was just like, oh, like you understand that, like just because like you struggle with this doesn't mean that God wants to use you. Do you know what I mean? You just have to kind of like accept that like this is a struggle. And there was one thing he said here to me that I always remember was just that you have to like picture this like kind of have to picture like Jesus on the cross here, and then it's like you kind of have to put porn in front of like the cross, and then realize that like Christ has died for that sin. And he said that when he started to realize that was something that helped him to overcome that situation.
I'm assuming there may have been times even after you had told him that he may have like slipped up.
Yeah, definitely.
How was your reaction to that? Because obviously now you've told them like they've been praying for you, whatever, but obviously it's happened again. Like what was your kind of reaction to that?
I felt like a waste man. I don't even know literally. I was just thinking, what were you really meant to go do this and now you're back here again? You're back here again, like what's going on? Do you know what I mean? But I feel like at them stages, I didn't actually really understand that this is actually like a fight. Do you know what I mean? This is a fight. Like I remember I just had like 2 weeks here, maybe I'm going I was playing on this. Then next week, man's in the same position. It's how what's going on here, Sam? You get me? But I had to actually understand that, hey, this is a fight, Sam. Like the enemy is trying to get you at all costs. He's on you. He's ready to like devour you. Like so, any time that he feels like he can come in, he's gonna take it. So always keep yourself like on guard. Always keep yourself on guard and keep yourself always in the word. Keep yourself around like edifying things to not allow the enemy to have like a stronghold over you. So it was like when I started understanding the fight, I was like, okay, I've got to get myself prepared. I had to cut away some music, some bangers, they had to go. You know them ones that they have to go. Films, I had to start cutting that off. But yeah, that's how
Yeah, so we're gonna let our wonderful guest do the honor of verse of the video. Take it away, my guy.
So my verse of the video is Proverbs 24 verse 16. I'm speaking from the NLT. It says, the godly may trip 7 times, but they will get up again. Like, for me, when I actually found this verse, I was thinking raw. Do you know what I mean? I always used to think that I had like one chance with God. Do you know what I mean? As soon as I fall, like, oh, it's over. God's not gonna want. He's not gonna want to be in my life. But it's a thing where like we move forward. You get me? Like we are humans, unfortunately, but God is there for us. You get me? We will get up again. Do you know what I mean? We will always get up. So we just have to always just keep on like just leaning on Him and trusting Him, and whatever you're going through, you'll get through it. Do you get me? Because He's right there with you. So yeah.
Hallelujah.
I haven't shared this with you. But this is what Inside the Man is all about. Open, honest conversation about struggles that we have and are going through. And just anyone who's watching who may have heard in literally any word that has encouraged them, I'm imploring you, please, I'm begging you. Like we've been saying in this video, find people around you that you can open up to, have that honest conversation with. Even if it's us that you want to message to pray for you, because we are here. Sam said earlier in the video that prayer is something that everyone says, but it's so important. It can't be downplayed. So please, if you are in that position where you haven't opened up, or you've opened up and you're still slipping, open your mouth and speak. But yeah, if you haven't already watched Sam's short film, we'll tag his Insta down below. If you haven't already watched our previous videos, like, comment, subscribe on this one. It's been your boy, Inside the Man. See you in the next one.
Peace.